of the news this hour. Shock in River State as family friend kills a 7-year-old girl after school pickup. Save Schools project stalls in 30 states as abductions rise. Appeals Court strikes out IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu's case against DSS federal government. AFCC summons former AGF Abubakar Malami on the foreign scene. ECOWAS suspends Guinea-Bissau as president flees to Senegal after coup. I'm Ifechukwu Muonyili with the news. The River State Police Command has launched an investigation into the death of a 7-year-old girl, Alicia Olajumoke, who was killed in her home in the Ajib Estate area of Rumueme, Port Harcourt. Police said the incident occurred on 25th November at the child's residence at 21 Okabia Street, where she lived with her mother, Glory Joseph. According to the command's spokesperson, SP Grace Iringekoko, the child's mother reported that a woman known as Success, who was familiar to the family, went to school with her. The suspect was later found with severe injuries and also died. The child's body has been deposited at the mortuary for autopsy, and the case has been transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department for further inquiry. Police say the motive remains unclear, but confirmed that the suspect was well known to the family, which allowed her to take the child from school without drawing suspicion. Authorities have urged schools, parents, and guardians to strengthen child safety measures, particularly regarding who is permitted to pick up pupils. A report says even though schools are being attacked again and again in Nigeria, 30 states have still not carried out the federal government's Save Schools initiative. This report was done by the Punch newspapers. This program started in 2014 after the Chibok girls were kidnapped. It was created to protect children and schools from attacks. According to the report, many promises were made and money was planned for the project, but only a small part of the money have been released. Now, many states have also not contributed their own funds. Because of this, many schools are still not safe. On November 17, gunmen attacked Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School in Maga, Kebbi State. They kidnapped 24 girls and killed the vice principal. The girls were later freed. Just a few days later, on November 21st, gunmen stormed St. Mary's Catholic School in Papiri, Niger State, and kidnapped many pupils and staff. The report said even in states like the FCT, Benue, Nasarawa, Katsina, Rivers, and Enugu, where centers were donated to support the Save Schools programs, the buildings are still empty and not equipped. In a related development, bandits have reportedly abducted 24 residents, including a pregnant woman, from a rice farm in the Palaita community, Arena Ward, Shiroro local government area of Niger State. Sources in the community tell newsmen that the bandits attacked the farm at about 2 p.m. on Wednesday while residents were harvesting their crops. The report said bandits surrounded the workers and took them to the bush before security personnel from a nearby military base could respond. The incident comes just days after gunmen attacked St. Mary's Private Secondary School in Papiri, Agwara local government area of Niger State, and abducted over 300 students and staff. Now, President Bola Tinubu has approved a team that will work with the U.S. to improve security in Nigeria. The announcement was made by Bayo Onanuga, the special advisor to the president on information and strategy. The National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, will lead the team. The team was created after Nigerian officials visited Washington, D.C. recently, led by the NSA. Recall that Nigeria's security challenges drew international attention when U.S. President Donald Trump raised the alarm over Christian genocide in Nigeria, threatening to send the U.S. military to Nigeria. But the federal government refuted the claim, saying it was taking steps to address the security challenges in the country. Also, the senator representing Borno South, Ali Ndume, says he fully supports the directive ordering the withdrawal of police officers from very important persons. On Sunday, President Bola Tinubu ordered the removal of police personnel attached to VIPs across the country. Speaking on Channels Television, the lawmaker said some ministers had police officers attached not only to themselves, but also to their spouses and children. Ndume said he had rejected the number of officers previously assigned to him. The Borno lawmaker said the presence of an officer is to monitor his movement, not to protect him. Moving on now, former President Goodluck Jonathan has left Guinea-Bissau following recent political developments in the West African nation. Recall that the former president, along with other ECOWAS election observers, were trapped following the coup in Guinea-Bissau. His spokesperson, Kimiebi Ebenfa, who confirmed the development in a statement, said Jonathan departed the country aboard a special flight. Ebenfa said the former president left alongside members of his delegation, including senior diplomat Ibn Chambers. We'll go on a quick break. When we return, we'll tell you that EFCC has summoned former AGF Malami. Stay with us.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigerian.
You're welcome back, and now the rest of the news. The Court of Appeal in Abuja has struck out the appeal by convicted IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu on the grounds that it was without merit and had become academic following his conviction for terrorism offenses by a federal high court in the judgment on November 20th. In a judgment on Friday, a three-member panel of the appellate court found that Kanu's claim that his fundamental rights to human dignity, rights to quality health care, and religion were being breached by his continued detention in the facility of the Department of State Services was no longer feasible since his conviction, life imprisonment sentence, and remand in prison custody. Justice Bolokuromo Moses Ugo, in the lead judgment, held that the substance of the case has become academic because since Kanu's lawyer Maxwell Opara confirmed at the start of proceedings on Friday that his client was being held in Sokoto prison, the court could no longer order him to be moved to Kuje prison, to which he had sought to be relocated from the DSS custody. The judgment was on Kanu's appeal against the July 3rd judgment by retired Justice Taiwo of the Federal High Court in Abuja, which earlier dismissed his fundamental rights enforcement suit on the grounds that he failed to prove his case. Listed as respondents in the appeal were the DSS and its Director General and the Attorney General of the Federation. And now the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has summoned the immediate past Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. The agency's invite was contained in a letter dated November 24th. The interview was fixed today, Friday. The EFCC, however, did not indicate any why of AF. Meanwhile, Malami has acknowledged receipt of the letter from the Anti-Graft Commission, promising to honor the invitation. And in a statement, the former minister said he remains committed to cooperating with investigators and upholding principles of transparency in public service. He said accountability is a core value he has always advocated. Well, now, the former governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, has officially joined the African Democratic Congress. This comes months after he first moved to the Social Democratic Party. El-Rufai registered with the ADC and collected his membership card at the party office in Ongwan, Sarki Ward, Kaduna. He arrived with many of his supporters, including former aides and some local government chairmen. El-Rufai, who helped bring different parties together to form the APC before the 2015 elections, said the APC has moved away from its original mission. And back home in River State, human rights lawyer Chatham Thierry Nwala says Governor Siminalayi Fubara and the River State House of Assembly are still not working in harmony in the overall interest of the state. Thierry Nwala made the observation in an interview with our correspondent while commenting on what he described as the absence of genuine peace in River State. He warned that the lingering political tension has continued to have negative implications for governance and development in the state.
Anybody who believes himself to the fact that there is genuine peace in Rivers State must actually be suffering from an ailment, because there's not genuine peace in Rivers State. We only saw somebody being handed down instructions, and so you can't say there is genuine peace between the assembly members and the governor. Else, you would have seen them work so much in synergy like they were working before. Of course, that is not happening. The governor will put up an event, the speaker will not show up. Of course, the House of Assembly and they will do their things, and the governor is also not part of whatever they are doing and all that. They only have an agreement on how to share money and how to share positions.
The legal practitioner also spoke on why he thinks Governor Fubara may be unable to constitute a full state executive council.
We have waited for the list of commissioners. Up till now, there's nothing to that particular effect. And you said they are both working together because they have both agreed on who will be what within the state. Because the SCD minister has given him persons who should not be part of the government. Now, what is the type of peace we're talking about? We're only just deluding ourselves. There's no peace in this state. We all know that. Why we are blaming the FCT minister, or we are also calling the SCT in regards to this particular issue, is that the FCT minister we here have also given instruction that certain persons should not be part of the administration of the governor.
Well, away from that, the Port Harcourt City Local Government Council says illegal trading and unauthorized vehicle activities are becoming a big problem in the city. Council Chairman Orwell Ihunda said he's worried about roadside trading, mechanic work on the roads, illegal motor parks, and people loading and offloading passengers at wrong places. He also complained about traders displaying goods everywhere. The council said these actions are blocking traffic and making it hard for people to walk safely. They also create security problems. The mayor has ordered all illegal street trading and unauthorized vehicle activities to stop immediately. The flag-off ceremony for the reconnection of Olakwo 1 in Iche local government area to the national grid has been postponed to a later date. Chairman of the area, Chima Boniface Njoko, made this known in a statement signed by his chief press secretary, Dagogo Isaac. He said the postponement is to allow the chairman to attend to other pressing matters affecting the local government outside the state. The statement regrets any inconvenience this change may cause their esteemed guest, It said a new date will be communicated in due course. In the same vein, the chairman of Iche local government area is commiserating with the family of one of his strong supporters and friends, Zebulon Paul of Umuoka Mba Ward 18. The burial is taking place today. The chairman described the late Paul as a loyal, hard-working and dependable ally whose contributions to the peace and development of the ward and the entire local government will not be forgotten. He noted that Paul's death is a great loss not only to his family but to the entire Iche community. He prayed for God to comfort the family and give them the strength to bear the loss, while assuring them of his full support during this difficult time. And now we'll move straight to business. The Central Bank of Nigeria has told all banks and money companies to stop using any advert that is not honest or clear. This order was announced in a notice signed by Olubumi or Ayodele Oni from the CBN. The bank said it checked many adverts and found that some banks are not telling customers the full truth. The CBN said many adverts are misleading. Some make promises that are too good, leave out important information, hide the risks, or use financial figures that have not been confirmed. And now we go straight to entertainment. Burna Boy has abruptly cancelled a key stop on his No Sign of Weakness US tour scheduled for today, Friday. Now at the Armory, which is at the Armory in Minneapolis. Similarly, another concert scheduled for Chicago on December 1st has also been cancelled. While tour organizers have not provided a specific reason for the cancellation, the decision comes in the wake of public criticism following a recent viral incident at his concerts in Colorado, where he ejected a couple in the front row for sleeping during his performance. In sports, Iran is to boycott next week's World Cup finals draw in Washington because the United States refused to grant visas to several members of the delegation.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Guinea-Bissau's deposed President Umaro Sissoko Embalo has arrived in neighboring Senegal following his release by military forces that toppled his government by the African bloc was to secure his aid Russian Bissau. Senegal's Foreign Minister